The Pretty Puppet Princess.
The pretty puppet princess is dancing on a string, hopes for the approval of His Majesty the King. The minstrels in the courtyard plucking out a tune, telling all the peasants that coming very soon all their wildest fantasies and every hope and dream will be there for the harvesting. But things aren't what they seem. The king has other things in mind than what the princess wants, like the rumbling in the hillsides of how the princess flaunts the riches of the kingdom on her hands and in her hair, but meanwhile they go hungry and their pantries are always bare. But the minstrel loves the princess, though she pays him little mind, and he tries to quell the anger of the workers in the mines who keep the royal coffers full of silver and of jewels, and fight amongst themselves, whether brawling or in duels. And he sings of peace and love, to be glad for what they have, for without our fearless king things would go to worse from bad. And when the princess passes by, he takes a mournful tone, with a lyric about loneliness and of sadness to the bone, and how there's no other with a passion great as his, and how some lucky lover would just feel it in his kiss. And all to no effect, he can see that at a glance, as the princess's stride is quickened from a saunter to a prance. And in the coming weeks we see the minstrel's mood turn sour, as he too starts to wonder what it's like to have the power to simply nod and point, and suddenly your enemy is dead. Or to wink and give a gesture, and have a pretty maiden grace your bed. His song list takes a turn too, his lyrics grim and dour. A crowd begins to gather and trample on the flowers. He gets the people riled up. Is this all they expect? Forever serve the royalty like a slave or beaten pet? He says, you are the masters of all your own affairs. The king is but a man like you. Take arms and climb the stairs. The king is in his chambers. A minister appears. Your lordship, there's a matter, a present danger nears. The minstrel's voice is raised now. He hollers, where's the justice? And the king says, let us go and investigate this ruckus. As happenstance would have it, the princess was nearby. An angry mob had spied her. The minstrel heard her cry. Oh no, he thought, not her. This wasn't meant to be. Now I must go and help, must run to set her free. Well, perhaps if fortune smiles, the princess then will see that there is no other man for her, no other man than me. The minstrel burst upon the scene and shouted a command. Release the girl, you mangy dogs, or be whipped where you stand. Like frightened cats they scattered. She rushed into his arms. Thank God you're here, she cooed and sobbed. You saved me from such harm. The army had dispersed the crowd. The king approached the two. What have we now? What do I find? Someone tell me true. The princess spoke. He saved my life, and I am in his debt. Oh, are you now, my precious one? But tell me something yet. Is this the man who sings the songs and gets the people fuming? You know I've had my eye on him, and I've seen trouble brewing. So tell me, dear, what is thy wish? Your liege insists to know. Have we something more to do, a little more to go? I wish to settle up the score by taking him to bed, and when we're done and all is square, you may take his head. The oddest look upon the face of our minstrel standing there. the joy he thinks he ought to feel, colliding with despair. Ever oh so generous, you give more than you're asked. No need to stand on ceremony. Axeman, swing your axe. Down comes the sword, his body cleaved, falls from his hands his lute. 'Tis such a shame, the princess sighs. I'd always found him cute.